It starts subtly. You're folding laundry or reading the paper, and suddenly you notice a strange tingling in your fingertips, almost like pins and needles. Or maybe your feet feel icy, even when the room is warm. You rub them, tuck them under a blanket, but the chill lingers. At first, you shrug it off. Maybe it's the weather, maybe you sat too long. But over time, it happens more often. The tingling creeps into your daily life. Buttons feel harder to fasten. You grip your mug a little tighter so it doesn't slip, and walking barefoot across the kitchen floor feels strangely cold and distant. Most people think these are just signs of getting older or poor circulation you can't do much about. But in many cases, your body is actually sending an urgent message, practically begging for a nutrient it's not getting enough of. In this video, we'll decode these warning signs, uncover the specific vitamin that could be the missing link, and show you how restoring it can protect your nerves, warm your feet and hands, and bring back that steady, confident feeling in your own body. If you've been feeling these symptoms, you're not alone, and you're not powerless. We're going to break it down step by step. Before we dive in, join our community by subscribing and share your biggest concern in the comments so we can address it together. One of the most overlooked causes of tingling hands, numbness, or icy feet in older adults is a deficiency in vitamin B12. While there are other possible reasons for these symptoms, B12 plays a uniquely vital role in both nerve and blood health. Without enough of it, your body simply cannot keep your nervous system and circulation running smoothly. Vitamin B12's most critical job is maintaining the myelin sheath, a protective coating around your nerves, like the insulation on an electrical wire. This sheath ensures that nerve signals travel quickly and accurately. When B12 is low, that insulation starts to break down. Signals get weaker, slower, or garbled, and you start feeling those pins and needles sensations or numbness in your hands and feet. But that's not all. B12 also helps your body make healthy red blood cells, which carry oxygen to every part of you, including your fingers and toes. When your levels drop, your blood can't deliver oxygen as efficiently. That means poor circulation, which explains why your extremities may feel cold even in warm rooms. Imagine your nerves as a network of high-speed internet cables, and your blood vessels as the delivery trucks that keep your tissues alive. Without B12, the cables fray and the trucks slow down. Over time, this can lead to permanent nerve damage or even difficulty walking. For seniors, this is especially important because B12 absorption naturally declines with age. Even if you eat foods rich in B12, your stomach may not produce enough acid or intrinsic factor to extract it properly. This means you could have a deficiency for years without realizing it, until the symptoms become too loud to ignore. Next, let's look at how these symptoms actually feel in daily life, and why they're more than just a minor inconvenience. For many seniors, the first signs of low B12 aren't dramatic. They slip into your routine almost unnoticed. Maybe you notice your hands fall asleep more often when you're reading a book or holding your phone. You shake them out, thinking it's just poor posture. Or perhaps you avoid going barefoot because your toes always feel cold, no matter how many socks you wear. Over time, these sensations can become more frequent and persistent. Tingling can turn into a subtle numbness, making it harder to button clothes, pick up coins, or feel the texture of fabric under your fingertips. The cold in your feet might keep you up at night, or make walking across a tiled floor unpleasant. And while these might sound like small inconveniences, they can chip away at your independence and confidence. Some people also begin to notice changes in balance. Because B12 is so important for nerve function, its deficiency can affect the signals that help you know where your feet are in space. You might feel a little unsteady, especially in the dark or when you close your eyes. that can increase your risk of falls, one of the biggest threats to health and independence as we age. Emotionally, these symptoms can be frustrating. You might find yourself avoiding certain hobbies you once enjoyed, knitting, gardening, or even cooking, because your hands just don't feel right. You might decline invitations to go walking in colder weather because your feet ache or tingle. The slow, quiet loss of these little joys can weigh heavily, even if you don't talk about it much. The good news? These changes are not always permanent. When AB12 deficiency is identified and corrected early enough, nerve health and circulation can improve, sometimes dramatically. But to take action, you need to understand why this deficiency happens in the first place, especially after 60. You might be eating a balanced diet, enjoying eggs for breakfast, fish for dinner, and even a little dairy, all rich sources of vitamin B12, yet still find yourself deficient. That's because the problem often isn't a lack of intake. For many seniors, it's a problem of absorption. Vitamin B12 is bound to proteins in food. To release it, your stomach needs to produce enough stomach acid and a special protein called intrinsic factor. As we age, both of these can decline. This condition, called atrophic gastritis, is surprisingly common in older adults and makes it much harder to pull B12 from the food you eat. Certain medications also interfere. If you take proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, for acid reflux or metformin for type 2 diabetes, you may be unknowingly lowering your B12 absorption over the years. Even long-term use of antacids can contribute to the problem. There are also health conditions that increase risk, like pernicious anemia, celiac disease, or a history of stomach or intestinal surgery. These can all reduce your body's ability to access or store B12 effectively. What makes this tricky is that the symptoms develop slowly. You can be deficient for years before your body sends obvious signals. The tingling, numbness, or cold feet you feel today may have roots going back a decade. Think of your B12 levels like a savings account. When you're young, you keep a healthy balance without even thinking about it. But as you age, withdrawals, daily use, keep happening, while deposits, absorption, get smaller. Eventually, the account runs low, and only then do you notice the impact. This is why regular blood tests matter, especially after 60. Catching a deficiency early means you can restore your account before serious nerve damage occurs. Once you know B12 might be the culprit, the next question is, how do you fix it? The answer depends on how severe your deficiency is and how well your body can absorb the vitamin. For mild deficiencies, increasing B12, rich foods can help. This includes fish like salmon and trout, lean meats, eggs, dairy, and fortified cereals. But remember, if absorption is the problem, simply eating more might not be enough. That's where supplements come in. Oral B12 tablets or sublingual under the tongue forms are common and can bypass some of the absorption issues in the stomach. Sublingual forms dissolve directly into your bloodstream through the tissues in your mouth, which can be a real advantage for those with low stomach acid. For more serious deficiencies, or if your doctor suspects your body isn't absorbing B12 from the digestive tract at all, B12 injections may be recommended. These deliver the vitamin straight into your muscle, providing an immediate supply your body can use. In many cases, people notice improvements in energy, warmth in their extremities, and reduced tingling within weeks. It's also important to think about maintenance. Once your B12 levels are restored, you may need a smaller, ongoing dose, either through supplements or periodic injections, to keep them stable. This is especially true if you're on medications or have health conditions that permanently affect absorption. One key tip: don't start high-dose B12 on your own without talking to your healthcare provider first. While B12 is generally safe and non-toxic, Your doctor can check your levels and tailor the dose to your needs. They can also rule out other causes of your symptoms, ensuring you're not overlooking something more serious. Restoring B12 is like repairing a frayed electrical wire and giving your delivery trucks fresh fuel. Your nerve signals become clearer and your circulation stronger. Next, we'll look at what happens in your body once those B12 repairs are underway and why you might feel better in more ways than you expect. When your body finally gets the B12 it's been asking for, the difference can be striking, and it often goes beyond just warmer hands and feet. One of the first improvements many people notice is a reduction in tingling and numbness. That's because your nerves, now properly insulated with a rebuilt myelin sheath, can transmit signals more efficiently. It's like upgrading from a crackly old phone line to a clear, modern connection. Circulation also improves. As your red blood cells return to healthy numbers and shape, oxygen delivery to your extremities becomes more efficient. Those icy toes may start to feel warmer and your fingers more comfortable. This can make everyday activities, from walking the dog to gardening, more pleasant. Energy levels often get a boost too. Low B12 can leave you feeling drained because your body struggles to produce enough red blood cells to carry oxygen to your tissues. Once that changes, you may find you have more stamina for the things you enjoy. Balance and coordination can also improve. With better nerve function, your body's GPS, the signals telling you where your limbs are without looking, works more accurately. This can make you feel steadier, especially in situations where you might have previously felt unsure on your feet. Some people even report mood improvements. B12 is involved in producing neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which influence mood and mental clarity. Restoring levels may help lift that subtle mental fog or low mood you thought was just part of aging. Of course, healing takes time. Nerves repair slowly, and the longer the deficiency has been present, the longer it may take to feel complete relief. But even gradual improvement can be a sign that your body is moving in the right direction. Restoring your B12 is only half the battle. The real goal is keeping it in the healthy range for the long haul. Once your levels are back up, you'll want to make B12 maintenance part of your regular health routine. First, work with your healthcare provider to establish a monitoring schedule. For many seniors, checking B12 once or twice a year is enough to catch any dips before symptoms return. If you have conditions like diabetes, digestive disorders, or take certain medications, you may need more frequent checks. Next, think about your diet. Include B12, rich foods regularly. Fish, poultry, lean meats, eggs, and fortified cereals are excellent sources. Even if absorption is imperfect, giving your body a steady supply can help maintain your savings account of this vitamin. For those with absorption issues, long-term supplementation may be necessary. This could be in the form of a daily sublingual tablet, a weekly high-dose oral supplement, or periodic injections prescribed by your doctor. The best choice depends on your absorption capacity and lifestyle. Don't forget to review your medications with your healthcare provider. Drugs like metformin or proton pump inhibitors can lower B12 over time, so your doctor might recommend adjusting your dose, switching medications, or increasing supplementation to offset the effect. Staying active also plays a supporting role. Good circulation helps nutrients like B12 get where they're needed. Gentle activities like walking, swimming, or Tai Chi can improve blood flow and keep your nerves healthier for longer. Lastly, listen to your body. If you notice tingling, numbness, unexplained fatigue, or cold hands and feet returning, don't wait. Schedule a checkup. Early action is far easier than trying to reverse years of damage. By making B12 health a consistent priority, you can keep your nerves sharp, your circulation strong, and your energy levels steady. allowing you to enjoy life without the quiet frustration of those creeping symptoms. The tingling in your fingers, the cold in your toes, the moments of unsteady balance. They're not just random quirks of aging. They're your body's way of speaking up, asking for the tools it needs to function at its best. For many, vitamin B12 is one of those tools, quietly powering nerve health, circulation, and energy. By understanding the signs, knowing the causes, and taking consistent steps to restore and maintain healthy levels, you're reclaiming control over something that might have felt inevitable. You're saying yes to steadier steps, warmer hands, clearer thinking, and more vibrant days. Aging changes many things, but with the right knowledge, it doesn't have to mean giving up the comfort and confidence you deserve. Your body is ready to respond. Now it's up to you to give it what it's been asking for. If this video helped you understand your symptoms and take action, please give it a like so more people can find this information. Subscribe for more practical, science-backed tips for staying strong and healthy after 60, and share your experiences in the comments below.